Take the first step. Log on to astatethatworks.com.
And again, thank you everybody for being here as we continue live from Orland Park in the Civic Center. And thank you to Cafe Gaston and our friend and owner, Yasir El for bringing a great breakfast, which I'm going to have before 10 o'clock. We have standing by with us now a gentleman who I've played golf with many times, Mayor Dan McLaughlin. And don't you owe me money?
Checks in the mail.
How's the golf game?
It's fair. It's fair. I don't get out as much as I'd like to.
Taking care of your town.
That's right. That's right. Busy.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, glad to have you here. Especially the promo up to today. I mean, we want to let as many people know as possible that we have this traveling wall out here, and it means a lot to us to have it.
That's the whole reason we're out here today, buddy, is to make sure they do know. Now, yesterday we had Ty Simmons on, and I know he was one of the key movers to get this done. But I want to make sure you pat yourself on the back here a little bit. Talk a little bit about the effort and what you needed for community support to get this done.
Well, first of all, it started a couple of years ago when the Department of Defense, I guess, put a notice out to municipalities that they were running a program where you could partner with the Department of Defense to commemorate 50 years since the Vietnam War. And I thought it was a great opportunity for our Veterans Commission and us as a community to have a chance to publicly thank all the Vietnam veterans, their families. So we jumped on that. So we're partnering with the Department of Defense. It means we have to do 2 or 3 events a year for the next 3 years.
Sure.
And one of the
That's pretty good blackmail, though, right? I mean, if you're going to have the wall come to town and the DOD is going to blackmail you, that's okay.
It is. But so this is one of the events this year. We did a few other things this year. We put a float in the parade and invited all our Vietnam veterans to join us on the float, honoring them, and that was kind of neat because it's going down the street and a lot of applause for them. So that was nice to see. We also made our village sticker this year with the commemorative logo on it. Cool. So this is a big, major event for us this year, having a Vietnam Wall out here. So it was partnering with the Department of Defense, and then Gail Glummer, who was the main coordinator, organizer for the Veterans Commission, started working with the Veterans Commission to put all the details together. There's a lot of work that goes into bringing the wall out.
I'll bet, yeah.
And there's a certain amount of expense, but the village board and the community was 100% behind it, so we got the money budgeted to bring the wall out here and all the things that go with that. And as you see, it's a great setting and just an honor to have it.
And how cool is this? As we look out this morning, the sun's coming up, bright sun. It'll be reflecting off the wall as you come in to have your moment and take a look.
Yeah, it's a very neat setting with the.
The village has always supported veterans, but this is really a huge undertaking, as Steve said, Mayor. Talk about some of the events this weekend that are taking place. I know there's a candlelight ceremony, and all throughout the entire weekend, the names are going to be read off the wall.
Yeah, I don't have the program with me, but tonight is the opening ceremony, so there'll be a few speeches and you know, a little bit
including Ty Simmons.
Yeah, a little bit of history of what's going on, and some refreshments. Now we have some exhibits in the building here, so there's a lot going on tonight. Tomorrow is kind of just open to hopefully have as many people up here as possible. Sunday is a closing ceremony that includes a candlelight vigil. So
you also have the Joliet American Legion band that'll be playing here inside the Civic Center. The Heinz mobile unit each day will be outside greeting people. There'll be some folks to answer your questions as well. But it's really sort of an individual or family personal time too, right? If you had a connection to this is an opportunity for you to see it. And I can tell you, after seeing the wall on DC many times, it may not be as tall, but you have that same sort of feeling when you walk past.
It kind of is with just the setting, the trees, and then for our veterans ceremonies, we have at the memorial here, which is called Arapache, a sculpture meant to commemorate and honor veterans. That it's not a war memorial; it's a veterans memorial.
Right.
The distinction there. But we put off the flags for all 50 states here because we want to make sure that we recognize everybody. It's not just an Orland Park thing. These are veterans that fought for our country, and we're honored to host events like this. We did something not too long ago for the Korean War, and we're always thanking veterans in general. But this meant a little more to me just because of my age, just going through that period and kind of knowing friends and neighbors and that went over to Vietnam. So
it's great for students too, because we were talking about this a little bit yesterday. The impact, you know, students the kids today are familiar with Iraq and Afghanistan, those wars, but maybe not
Right.
completely familiar with
Right.
Vietnam.
And even today, veterans coming back from the Middle East conflicts are getting a lot more recognition than Vietnam veterans. Man, that back then,
Well, it was awful. It was awful.
was.
It was
It
really
was.
awful the way we treated vets, either by completely ignoring them or treating them poorly.
Right.
Those are the responses. When the veterans of the Vietnam War did the same thing the veterans of every American war did, they were called to serve, they served their country, they did it in almost all cases to the best of their ability, and they came home.
Right.
They didn't look for a pat on the back. How many times have you seen this? I see this all the time. You know, you reach out to shake a veteran's hand, you say thank you for your service, and they appreciate it, but more often than not, they go, oh, it's not about me, it's about others.
that's true.
It's something about serving America creates a modesty that maybe they had or didn't have when they went in.
That's true.
But we have a lot to make up for how we treated Vietnam.
And they don't necessarily look, they don't look for personal recognition, but I think just in general, the fact that we appreciate their service and their commitment, I think they recognize and appreciate when you do say thanks.
And this is a way to do it. Yep. So please come out this weekend, and as Andre just said, bring your kids, because this is something they need to learn about. You know, in the course of a history teacher's day, there's an awful lot of history to teach. And if you're teaching a section that is about America's 20th century conflicts, the Vietnam War, World War II, all of those things, you're not going to have time to do it justice that you can if you come out here and talk about your personal experiences with your family.
Yeah, and you'll see, well, you might not because of the time you're here, but at night you'll see people walking around here and leaving things at the wall.
Sure.
You'll see a lot of people in tears, which is generally quiet.
Well, it's therapeutic too. This is, and one thing I really like from folks in the Midwest, because you're going to have people, and I know you already have, from around the area, not just in Chicago, who are making the drive here.
Right.
Because this is an opportunity without going to DC to have that moment that you deserve.
Right.
So nicely done.
Well, it took a lot of people to do it.
Well, thank you for the work.
Thanks.
And thanks for having us.
Well, like I said, I'm really happy you're here, not just because it's a neat experience for the people that are able to come out and see your show in person, but the promo building up to today is I think, helping to get the word out that we have the wall here, so that's kind of nice.
Well, the good news for you is we clean up after ourselves, and when I say we, I mean Marlene. Thank you, Mayor.
No, I appreciate it.
Mayor Dan McLaughlin. Give the mayor a hand and let's roll running and snap
What's the traffic like on 294? I have to go to work now.
Oh, you do?
I go up near O'Hare Airport every day, so 294 is
294 north to O'Hare, you're looking good.
Good?
Yeah.
Good.
All right.